Good day everyone and welcome back to Poser's Full Movie Recaps. Our film today is a satirical science fiction film about a virtual actress created by a desperate director, who eventually overshadows her creator. Viktor Turansky is a film director who currently struggling on making a hit movie that people will love. When his world-famous actress Nicola quits over a petty complaint about the size of her trailer, that's where it gets worst for Viktor. He tries everything to persuade her to finish his film, but the actress still leaves him dry. Later, Viktor learns from the film producer that they cannot use any of the footage that Nicola shoots due to her contract. He wants to recast and reshoot, but the producers oppose him while looking at the profitability and the business side of the matter. They want to stop the project to cut their losses, but Viktor insists to continue. He even tries to reminisce on the past glory days with the head producer, who happens to be his ex-wife Elaine. But ultimately, the woman cannot agree with him and still shuts down his project. In the evening, while the sad Viktor gets ready to leave, an eccentric man approaches him with an idea and introduces himself as Hank. Apparently, Viktor met him some 8 years ago at a conference, which he doesn't even remember. Hank claims that he has a highly advanced technology that could help Viktor with his problem, but the director is skeptical about it. Hank insists on showing Viktor his technology right away because according to him, he doesn't have much time left due to the tumor he is suffering from. Because of the rough day that the director had, he doesn't really care what Hank says and leaves. A couple of weeks later, Viktor receives a package that Hank left for him in his will. When he opens it, he sees a hard drive and he plugs it into his computer. The drive contains a program named Simulation 1, which contains instructions from Hank on how he can easily use it. 9 months later, Viktor's latest movie is being shown, and had replaced Nicola with an unknown actress named Simone. The film is an instant hit with the handful of people watching, and they are enthralled with the actress's performance. When the credit rolls, they congratulate Viktor's direction and especially praise Simone's acting talent. Simone is an instant sensation to the world, and everyone from the media to the production houses wants to know who the new actress is. Not a single person has ever met her, and she becomes the biggest mystery to the film industry. Viktor gives a vague explanation for Simone's non-appearance, saying that the woman loves her privacy and she is an introverted type of person. Viktor's entire set consists of a huge warehouse that contains only his computer, where Simone's program is set up. The name Simone is derived from the program Simulation 1, and he splices together the best qualities of past famous actresses, like the voice of young Jane Fonda, the body of Sophia Loren, the grace of Grace Kelly, and Audrey Hepburn's angelic face. Even though Viktor feels some guilt for his deception, he convinces himself that what he does is for the sake of art. At the press conference, he refused to answer any questions regarding her new star and instead read a letter that is supposedly from Simone. 2 nosy tabloid reporters ask why the film was dedicated to Hank, and Viktor answers that Hank is a person close to Simone. Viktor also goes as far as pretending to have a phone conversation with Simone while in public, and some reporters break into the signal and wonder why they can't hear Simone's voice replying to the director. In return, the paparazzi bombarded Viktor's house and camped out to wait for Simone's appearance. When Elaine asks why the actress won't be needing a makeup artist, fitness trainer, and even a stunt double, Viktor said that she does that all by herself. When he talks to the new movie cast, Viktor announces that they won't be acting alongside Simone and she will shoot her scenes separately. They accept this because they are just glad to hitch a ride with the new actress's popularity. Viktor stages a chat among all the cast with Simone, while she is on speaker. When the cast introduces themselves one by one, Viktor races back into his private set to talk with them in Simone's voice. When the other cast finishes shooting all their scenes, Viktor brings out the magic of simulation in post-production. He inserted Simone in all the scenes that she is supposed to appear in, and he even controls the number of tears that she cries. To be able to try to control public expectations, he rents a hotel suite, claiming that a woman named Miz will be staying in it. When the concierge realizes that it is Simone's name in reverse, he calls the entire paparazzi to make some bucks out of it. Viktor goes to the suite and sets up the room, to make it appear that it was habited by a woman recently. When he goes downstairs, he sees all the paparazzi eagerly waiting for her actress, and he runs into the car with a woman hiding her face. The woman is a starlet named Faith, which Viktor pays to pretend to be Simone. Behind the Hollywood scene, Viktor lures Faith into coming with him to his house, and the two start to get intimate. When the man realizes that Faith is more infatuated with Simone than him, he feels odd about it and sends the woman away. 2 of the tabloid paparazzi bribe their way inside Simone's supposed suite, and one of them creeps over the actress's things. When Viktor's new movie gets released, it becomes a huge success, especially the leading lady's performance. Everyone begs to meet Simone at the after-party and asks if the woman is going to finally appear in public. Victor stays with his scheme and gives a vague and calculated answer. It makes everyone thinks that she is in fact at the party, mistaking a poor woman to be Simone. Reporters are in an uproar for not finding any fingerprints in the suite, so they make up a fake story about the new actress's background. When Victor sees the article, he gets furious about it, but his attention gets divided between producers trying to enter his private set and doing damage control. He makes some excuses to all the producers to prevent them from entering his private set, but they still barge into the warehouse. They see Victor's computer but without Simone. The director weaves some more excuses, but the producers are only mildly understanding. Victor has no choice but to promise an online interview with Simone, to appease the outraged bosses. He even gives Elaine a photo of Simone, claiming that she was at the A-list party, making his ex-wife happy. During the live interview, the director sets her actress in a deserted area, while claiming that she is on set. Victor answers all the questions, but when Simone starts to glitch, he quickly ends the interview before anyone notices her flickering. One of the tabloid reporters recognizes the tree in Simone's background, and he quickly rushes into the area. He found nothing, and that is where the most harm is done. There is currently a new building in the background that should have been there during the interview, but the stock photo that Victor used was old. The two reporter goes to Victor to show their findings, and accuse the man that something fishy is going on. He even goes as far as claiming that Victor might be holding Simone captive and threatens to bring more attention to the issues. To appease the public on their longing to see the actress live, Victor prepares a concert for Simone, while he adapts some famous singer styles to Simone's performance. The concert is packed to the brim with people and everyone is crazy for her. Victor uses a hologram projection on her simulation, to make it appear that she is really singing her songs live. Hundreds of thousands of people eat up with this trick, even the reporters believe her to be really there. After the concert, Elaine and her daughter Lainey come to meet Victor and Simone. Elaine immediately notices the lipstick on the man's lips, which Victor uses to kiss the photos for the fans, making his ex-wife thinks that he is sleeping with his actress. The two walk out, and Victor feels the loss. Elaine is more concerned about Victor getting hurt, and her boyfriend Kent notices this, which resulted in a breakup. Lainey, who aims to get her parents back together, relays the news to her father. She tells Victor to talk to her mother because she thinks that Simone might be able to help them get together. Victor, who also secretly hopes to get Elaine back with him, sets up a risky phone call between Simone and Elaine while they are both driving by. At the Oscar Awards night, Elaine goes with Victor, and Simone gets nominated twice in the same category, which she both wins, tying with herself. They play a supposed live video of Simone while touring the third world. She thanks everyone but Victor, which Lainey notices. Victor goes back into his private set and realizes that it's his mistake that he forgot to thank himself through Simone. He feels that he's starting to project himself too much into his creation, to the point that they don't feel like separate entities at all. But he has to continue the deception and pretends to have dinner with Simone. When Elaine hears about this, she goes into her ex-husband's home but only finds Victor there. The director reveals that Simone isn't coming and he missed Elaine. It turns out that she wants him back too, but Elaine has very little self-esteem due to Simone looking so perfect with her eyes, and added that she cannot betray her. Due to his frustration, Victor reveals that Simone is a computer program and not a real person. Elaine thought that what Victor says is a figure of speech and tells him that it is not Victor who made Simone, but it's her who made him. Victor is angry with Simone for interfering too much in his personal life and vows to destroy her. He made a disgusting movie that stars Simone entitled I Am Pig. But the crowd still applauded Simone's performance, stating that she is excellent for being bold and experimental. He can't reveal his secrets because he will be arrested for fraud, so he stages Simone's appearance on live TV, while she is supposedly intoxicated. But whatever he does to ruin her image, it backfires in his plans. Victor doesn't know what else to do and goes to Hank's grave while pondering what he should do. He finally decides to just use a computer virus to wipe all of Simone's programming. He puts all her data and drives into a box and proceeds to throw it out to the sea. He holds a press conference stating that Simone perishes due to a virus she contracted during her Goodwill tour. The public mourns her passing and a huge funeral is set up. In the middle of the funeral, the police arrive to check the casket of Simone and find only a cardboard cutout of the actress. They arrest Victor for her suspicious death, and while he is being interrogated, the director reveals that Simone is not a real person. He tries to explain Simone's non-existence and her being a computer simulation, but the police don't believe him as Victor made her convincingly so real in the past. The police found footage of Victor disposing of a large trunk into the ocean, which the police thought to be the body of Simone. They even fish out the trunk from the sea, but it is empty due to the broken lock. They feared that the actress's body was eaten by the sharks, and urged Victor to confess what he did. Victor is so frustrated with everything that is happening, that even his lawyer tells him to plead guilty. Victor is not confessing to anything, as he knows that he is only guilty of creating Simone. Elaine and Lainey feel frustrated too, while Lainey plays with Victor's old empty computer. Lainey raises some points that no one really met Simone in the flesh and there is also no evidence that she really exists. Lainey finds the virus used by Victor in his CPU, and they restore Simone's programming. In the next breaking news, Victor sees the news from prison that Simone appears alive while reading today's newspaper. Victor gets released from custody and goes straight into the car while Elaine and Lainey wait inside. His daughter tells him that it's okay that he created a fake international icon, but she won't accept being lied to, especially by her own father. Victor apologizes for all his lies and the two finally get back together. Since the people won't even believe him when he tells the truth, Victor just stages her retirement from show business, stating that she is a new mother and wants to try politics instead. The movie ends with Victor occasionally making Simone appears in public, when he is actually alone on a green screen. Thank you for watching today's movie. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more future full movie recaps.